Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the first edition of the SPD Knowledge Bite series, Sustainability to Trade. I am very fortunate to be joined by Mr. Francesco Tramontin of Institutional Affairs and Corporate Communications. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kevin Massey and I work in Sales Business Development. Okay, let's go. In the next 30 minutes, we will share a knowledge bite on the subject of sustainability to trade, where we will cover why the topic of sustainability is important to the trade. Critically, what is the Ferrero Group doing to demonstrate our sustainability credentials? And crucially, how do we implement our sustainability to trade engagement plan? Namely, what is expected of you following today's knowledge bite? So why is this sustainability important? We need to be operating as a top company. Ferrero is now visible to our consumers and retailers more than ever before. Ferrero has grown to be a truly global organization with plans to become even bigger and even stronger. Last year, we closed with 17 billion euro when we include our affiliated companies. And the executive chairman has the ambition to smash 20 billion euro barrier in the next years. How do we plan to get there? By expanding our competitive arena from confectionery and by entering new categories such as ice cream, cookies, and better for you. To operate within the wider scope of sweet packaged foods. As we expand, we continue to grow our global footprint. We aim to grow across all geographies with the aspiration to build a second lateral pillar in North America. Today, for example, we already have an incredible 3 billion turnover business in North America. Not bad. But what does all this mean? That our increasing global visibility to the consumer and the customer. This brings complexity and greater competition to how we do business. Therefore, we must be ready. We must be ready to evolve our commercial excellence, including how we interact and engage with the trade. One of the key components to drive commercial excellence is our ongoing obsession with the triple win model. Collaboration is at the center of an effective and prosperous triple win approach for Ferrero, for the consumer, and for the customer. In order to become a top player, it's critical we build and nurture a greater collaboration with the trade, especially as we have the goal to become our customers' preferred sweet packaged food supplier. To achieve our preferred supplier aspiration, we must have the trade on our side, now more than ever, as we move from our comfort zone of confectionery to the wider sweet packaged food market. We enter new categories not as a leader, but instead as a challenger, meaning we need to demonstrate humility in our actions and in our words. Being more collaborative and by implication, less transactional with our customers, it will provide the recipe for success to drive consistent and sustainable growth. Sustainability is a great topic to begin our transition towards being more collaborative with the trade. For a start, by nature, the subject is non-transactional. The discussion on sustainability is not led by talk about money. Hence, sustainability is the ideal starting point towards being more collaborative. But this is not the only reason. A recent Boston Consulting Group study revealed that sustainability is a top 3 corporate priority for 52% of top companies. Sustainability can be a key success factor to engage the trade precisely because of its relevance to the trade and, in fact, its relevance to each triple win stakeholder. For consumers, they expect retailers and manufacturers to pledge strong and specific commitments regarding the environment and their supply chain. For the trade, Sustainability is not only a must, but can be a key point of differentiation versus their competition. Top international retailers, for example, Carrefour is shown here, they're keen to demonstrate what they are doing to drive their own sustainability credentials. And of course, for the group, sustainability is a key focus area. It is important we collaborate internally to develop the most compelling messaging on our sustainability successes, so we can communicate these externally with confidence and with pride. Because today, there is evidence that indicates that we can maybe shout louder on the topic of sustainability with the trade. Going forward, the call to action is, let's be more vocal and more visible. The Advantage Group, this is an industry benchmarking organization, and they have shown via market studies that compared to our competitors, we can communicate more with the trade regarding the group's sustainability commitments and strategy. Why? Because shoppers and retailers, they expect leading suppliers to proactively engage on sustainability topics. There is no longer the option to stay quiet. We must act. There is great news. There is great news, because we have no reason to be shy.
Thank you, Kevin. And that perception is even more remarkable because there's a long-standing history in Ferrero to invest in sustainability, to invest in corporate responsibility. It's a journey that's still ongoing, that has grown with the global nature of our company. This journey and work is driven by the strategy team in the executive chairman staff, but it's now carried forward by many people across all functions. And it's wide and impactful. And we have a little video to show you a little bit the highlights of both commitments and some of the greatest achievements we see already.
Founded in 1946 in Alba, Italy, Ferrero is a family-owned business rooted in strong values dedicated to quality, excellence and respect for the environment and communities in which we work. Our sustainability strategy focuses on 4 key pillars: protecting the environment, including managing carbon emissions, investing in renewable energy, responsibly managing water consumption, and increasing the circularity of our packaging. 100% of the purchased electricity for our European manufacturing plants is now renewable. We're 84% of the way to making 100% of our packaging reusable, recyclable, or compostable by 2025. We are committed to reducing emissions by 43% for each ton of product produced across all scopes by 2030. Sourcing ingredients sustainably by promoting transparency in the supply chain, improving the livelihoods of farmers and preserving the environment they live in. 100% of our cocoa is sourced through independently managed sustainability standards. Our cocoa supply chain is more than 95% traceable to farm level, and our work with Save the Children has seen hundreds of children enrolled in school. We ranked as first manufacturer in WWF's 2021 Palm Oil Buyers Scorecard, and we use Starlink satellite monitoring technology to improve traceability for all sourcing, promoting responsible consumption, including helping people enjoy their favorite Ferrero treats in small portions. 85% of product portfolio is offered in serving sizes that are less than 130 calories. And finally, empowering people through strengthening diversity and inclusion across our business and continuously improving the health and safety of our workers in our own operations. Our Kinder Joy of Moving program reached 28 countries and regions and moved 2.6 million children. We work with internationally recognized organizations, as well as partners on the ground to continuously improve and scale our initiatives. The journey may be long, but we are proud of the progress we've made. We as Ferrero continue to strive for a more sustainable future.
So as you see, as Kevin was saying, there's nothing to be shy about. There's a lot happening, a lot that it's unique to us and represents our way of doing business. There's also a lot to understand, and it's impossible in the few minutes we have today to understand everything. So for us, the key takeaway for you is to understand what are these 4 pillars we cover today. And it's very simple. thinks of our value chain. So it starts from the way we source our ingredients and the impact on farmers. It goes in the way we process our products and we package them. And then the most important stakeholders we have is the people buying our products, so the consumers, and the Ferrero's employees. It's very simple. These are the four pillars. As I was saying before, there's so much to understand and to discover within the work we do that this merits more time, it merits your time. For this reason, there's going to be a Ferrero University dedicated part to learn more about Ferrero and sustainability. Now, while we are doing all this, obviously customers is the main driver, but the reality is that as a company, we engage all our stakeholders. This is why I'm here today. This is what we do in institutional affairs and corporate communication. We help the company engage. And as Kevin was explaining, we realized that retailers and our customers are very important stakeholders. They have a view, and they have a view we need to understand. Now, the people interacting with them are our ambassador in trying to understand what is our customer view, help the company have that empathy that is necessary in today's world. So this is a call to action to engage more proactively because we need it. We need it for recognition, but we needed to have the right focus from a strategic and business perspective. So what we need after engagement is to have that knowledge, that insight to be brought back into the company. It's easier said than done. These things need to be organized in a big company. And so, Kevin, please do explain us how we are going to organize this.
Thank you, Francesco. So there are four key areas in which the Ferrero sustainability to trade approach can be delivered. Firstly, the most important place to start is clearly to understand our customers' sustainability priorities. What does our customer expect from Ferrero? Here, you see an example of our international customer, Aldi. We recommend that you prioritize your top customers, your leading local retailers and your leading international retailers when developing your sustainability to trade approach. Really because these will be the retailers in your market that will be pioneering and setting the pace for the positioning on sustainability to trade. Secondly, as explained by Francesco very clearly, prepare together with your local institutional affairs team. They are best placed to provide you with the knowledge, the support, and the direction that you need when preparing your content to present to your customer. It's critical that when we communicate to our customer, what we say is fully aligned with Francesco's team. It's critical that we communicate to our customers also by leveraging tools that we have. For example, what you see here in Pillar 2, the briefing corner. This is a tool that was launched last year, providing you with information and presentations and tools that can be leveraged with the trade in your preparation for your meetings. Thirdly, once you're ready and prepared, begin your customer collaboration at the highest level of their organization, namely via a top-to-top meeting with their senior stakeholders. Top-to-top is a great place to start because this helps to facilitate an alignment of priorities between Ferrero and that key leading customer. In that top-to-top, depending on the nature and the content of the discussion that's been aligned internally with institutional affairs, it may be appropriate to also invite a subject matter expert from the group to that meeting. That's another reason why it's so key in your preparations to align with institutional affairs. And then fourthly, last but not least, continuously report the sustainability requests and questions arriving from your customer. As Francesco was saying, knowledge here is so important. So leverage your essential institutional affairs partner as they have developed a trade tracker to capture your customer requests. And for those of you who have not seen it before, point 4 there is a visual of the tracker that can be found on the intranet. Because with your inputs entered into the tracker by the institutional affairs team, we can build together a library of key information. So what are the benefits of this library? Well, we will be better informed for our future sustainability to trade strategy as we build this repository of trade requests. And in doing so, when we are receiving future requests, we'll be able to be faster and more agile to respond to your needs, because most likely we'll already have a pre-prepared answer for you. But I think that's enough theory. What I think we need now is a real life success story. So this is for Ferrero Sustainability to Trade engagement in action. A few months ago, in October of 2022, Ferrero UK were approached by their #1 UK customer in the UK, Tesco, with a sustainability request. The Tesco senior packaging manager urgently insisted on a meeting with Ferrero within 10 days of the meeting request. Speed to act was crucial. Tesco were taking a market-leading position on sustainability, especially towards minimizing plastic within their supply chain and product range in the UK market. Tesco were expecting all leading suppliers, including Ferrero, to demonstrate their credentials around plastic content and recyclability, because Tesco had the ambition to sell only plastic-free confectionery. What did Ferrero UK do? They activated the 4 steps that you saw on the previous page. They reached out to the group. This was started by the local sales team. The local sales team were informing their local institutional affairs colleagues of the request. Now, given the very, very specific and sensitive nature of the request, the appropriate group subject matter expert, in this case, the group head of packaging, was not only consulted on the preparation for this meeting, but was participating in the meeting with the customer Tesco, emphasizing the actions that were being taken by Ferrero on our iconic pralines packaging. The quality and investment of the preparation, especially between the UK team and institutional affairs, both in terms of the content and stakeholder management, ensured that Tesco were impressed. You see on the slide a quote directly from the Tesco operations team following the meeting with Ferrero UK. Working collaboratively with Tesco was not only helping to elevate our sustainability credentials with a leading customer, but it also helped to transform a potential impasse into a growth opportunity. So I think for me, this success story validates why we should be more proud as a company of our sustainability credentials, and why we should not be shy and we can shout loudly. All right, so to wrap up, what do we expect from you? Number 1, take a collaborative approach when engaging with your trade partners. This mindset is crucially key when we are entering new categories as a challenger and not a leader. Sustainability is the perfect starting point on your journey to be more collaborative with your customer. So as we've said many times today, don't be shy. Let's proactively share the group's sustainability successes. As you've seen today, there are many. And please, number 3, remember that institutional affairs are ready to support you during your initial and ongoing sustainability trade engagements. And don't forget the great tools available via the Internet Briefing Corner. Okay, so we have the sustainability credentials. We have the training and the tools and the supporting organization to set you up for success when engaging with the trade. Let's go.